Hi, my name is Jasmine Mejia, and today for my TOK presentation, I will be talking about homosexuals and their rights. So I just wanted to start off with a simple question because I believe that's the best way to start off any presentation. So to reflect off this topic, I believe, to what extent does our knowledge in human science depend on faith and religion? So I chose faith and religions as my ways of knowing because I believe faith can be a big play when it comes to this sort of topic because, for example, Christians and Muslims do not take this topic so kindly. And when it comes to emotion, I believe that emotion plays a big role due to the way this topic can be expressed through hatred, through optimistic attitude in a way, and then how a person can be felt about this. So for example, a person who is gay could feel many emotions when it comes to this type of topic because they can feel anxiety on what will happen if they were able to come out of the closet, happiness to express how they're finally free, they're able to express who they are, or possibly sadness for not even being accepted in society. So I will explain my answer to this question at the end of this presentation. So for now, I just wanted to talk about personal knowledge and how I was taken to this topic. I chose this topic because I believe that that homosexuals or lesbians or any type of bisexual, transgender, anything should be treated as a person. Because when I hear people saying, oh, they're human, just a little different, I don't personally agree with that because I believe that we're all human. There is such a thing as difference, but I believe that there's no such thing as them being too different to be human in any sort of way. And as a child, I was never really shown this thing of homosexuality, but I was never like drawn to it or hated to it. But now that I look back at it, I'm just like, I feel that I need to stand up for what I believe is right for these people, because this is not an issue that should be thrown under the bus. This should be an issue that should be dealt with. And I just wanted to talk about a little stereotyping. The typical stereotype for a gay person or a lesbian. So for a lesbian, it would be a dyke. If you do not know what a dyke is possibly, I didn't want to say it in this video because it could be very inappropriate. So I'll just leave that to the side. And then a stereotypical homosexual would be a male who wears pink, who's very girlish and does not do anything manly or anything to get down and dirty. So I wanted to disagree with this because I've actually read articles and looked through videos to see that there are many homosexuals like in the Marine Corps, fire stations, who are helping us and saving lives, but they're still taken under the consideration of, oh, they're different, don't talk to them, nobody talk to them, and everybody go hate them, you're a sinner. This is where I believe that this is not right at all, because this is just an example of what society can do to harm us as a country. So we are all citizens, correct? So where does this come to fair play? So you can judge someone for saving lives, but they have a different perspective on sexuality, so you can judge them all you want, but they can't do the same to you. That is a very opinionated question, but I will save that for the audience. So I just wanted to switch off to a different topic, or not a different topic, a different view of this. So such countries as in Africa and Middle East, they do not take homosexuality very, very lightly as we Americans do, because as many of you know, in America, all 50 states have legalized gay marriage, which is a big improvement to this country. Well, such countries in Africa believe that such acts of homosexuality is not basically a sin, but is not honorable in their country. So while researching, I was able to find something in an article that states the proportion of response who would like or do not care if they had neighbors as. So what that basically is saying, because I did not explain that right as I wanted to, this was basically a tally up of what people, so if they had to choose between getting a neighbor who was from living with diseases or immigrants or different religions, they would have to choose. So from this, we were able to see that homosexuality is not the biggest. So this means that people are not really big fans of homosexuals, but they would rather live with people from different ethnics, since due to this one being the biggest, 91%. People would even the difference, like the increased rate to live with people with HIV or AIDS. This is a risk to the neighbors, yet they believe that this is more honorable than living next to a person who is homosexual, which can be very odd to some eyes in many views, but this is just how people live. As you can see, this could be some type of view of personal knowledge, because any teenager over there or young adult could possibly be assumed, or not assumed, but are being shown that homosexuality is such a horrible thing over there. And for those of you who do not know, in Malawi, it's one of the countries in Africa, if you are shown to be homosexual or transgender, and for that matter, you will be thrown into jail for 14 years or more, which people would find very horrific and shocking. Though what many people do not know is in some Middle Eastern countries, some punishments of this type of topic could be even worse. For example, there could be death, beatings, rape. I've heard possibly due to studies shown. The list just goes on and on. So when it comes to knowledge and how it reflects off this topic, I believe that it's just under influence. People are known, people not known, but people are shown this is not really a big issue to us and not really such a bad problem. It's such a greater issue over there, because people are not able to express how they feel, how they would want to be comfortable around everyone here. So I've actually found another graph from the same article that I was reading online. It's the same topic, the Malawans, and then whether or not they would want to have homosexuals as neighbors. So as you can see from the graph, we can already start off from right out the bat that 89% would strongly dislike to have homosexuals living in their neighborhood, area, etc. While the other, as we can possibly see, 3%, which is such a major difference, wouldn't mind or do not like, or would strongly like. And the other ones do not know, 1%, somewhat like, 2%, would not care, 1%, and strongly dislike, 4%, or somewhat dislike. Though all, let me count this up real quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of them do not compare to the size or to the percentage of those who strongly dislike this idea. So as we can see here, not all countries are the same. Everyone knows that, etc., etc. So though homosexuality might not be considered a big deal now in the US, in many other countries, homosexuality or gay rights don't even exist, which can be a very big shocker to some people, and to others no, because opinions are around the world. We can never change. Humans are humans. So I just wanted to reflect on that, saying that sorry about that. Hey, that humans and somewhat will change, but not always. So I just wanted to wrap this up real quick. Though this was not a good conclusion, I just wanted to wrap this up to make it a greater improvement. So back to the question. My question was, to what extent does our knowledge in human science depend on faith and emotion? So as I stated before, when I think of faith, I think of the strong religions that dislike this topic or area. So, for example, I am Catholic, but I believe that this, but with many other Catholics, I believe that this issue should not be taken as negatively as it is. I believe that people should be able to express themselves either way, whether they're gay, transgender, asexual, so on and so forth. And when it comes to emotion, I believe that people should be able to, though if they do not like it, they should be able to keep their opinions to themselves as any others would think of. And then I would also believe that emotion could also reflect on basically any side of whether you like homosexuality in your country or whether you don't. Because emotion plays a big side for both. One could be hatred, one could be joy, but if they clash together, we don't know what we'll get. So this was my topic for TOK. I hope you guys found this very helpful as much as I did, because I did not know that some countries dealt with this as I researched. So thank you very much and have a good day.